Live from the KHOU11 studios, it's Great Day Houston. And now, here's your host, Deborah Duncan.
Well, Houston has over 2,500 miles of waterways, and one local group is looking for your help to keep the bayous beautiful. Great Day's Courtney Perna is getting her hands dirty along the Buffalo Bayou right now. Hello there, Courtney.
Well, Deborah, from the types of plants to exactly where they're planted, there is a strategy to keeping up the bayous in the Houston area. Joining me now is Eric Ruxel. He's with the Bayou Preservation Association, but they actually call him the Eyes on the Bayou. Eric, let me know, what are we doing here?
What we're doing is we're putting in a cultivar of tropical sage to help
Beautiful
the habitat,
color.
and it helps hummingbirds and butterflies.
Really?
It blooms in the shade a little bit too.
Fantastic. Now, you guys, you were pointing out some plants earlier. You said, we planted this one, we planted that one, and it's just blooming. How often are you out here?
We come in here probably 2 or 3 times a year. We used to be in here a lot more when we were building the canoe launch over here. Did a number of things: eastern red cedar, Gulf Coast penstemon, coralberry, and inland sea oats to try to stop the erosion that maybe would occur when we pulled out a number of invasive exotic plants.
And all of those are native to the area, like you said, so they're not invasive.
Right.
And you also have this new planting guide. Now, most of this is for planting along the bayou, but you can take some tips back home too, right?
Yes, ma'am, you sure can. A number of these different plants are available in the marketplace. We actually have brought a few that can be found readily. This is pigeonberry. It's a ground cover. And then we have Turk's cap. The flowers are actually edible on that one. The fruit's edible. Hummingbirds like it. It's a member of the hibiscus family.
All right.
And we have a Pride of Houston yaupon over here, which is a local ecotype of a female yaupon.
All right, well, I'll let you get back to work here. Definitely look for those when I'm walking along the bayou, but the BPA planting guide is something new, and I'm walking over here along the trail to Kathy Lord. She is the executive director of the Bayou Preservation Association. And tell me a little bit about where this idea for the planting guide came from, because this is really cool.
Yes, we're very excited about this. I was talking with someone, and we were running out of copies of an old planting guide that was done in 2008. And we applied for a grant from the Garden Club of Houston, and they accepted our application, and so we published this planting guide. And we're very excited about its publication. We have lots of copies, and inaugurated it at Fluorescence, which was at the Museum of Fine Arts, as the theme was conservation.
Great.
And we have everything in here, all the native plants in this 6-7 county region, and we are happy. It's online.
And you also talk about erosion control, which I know is a big thing here in Houston. So even if you don't live on the bayou, you can still use that at home for your own plants in your backyard. Now, tell me a little bit about the Bayou Preservation Association. You guys are about more than just planting plants here. What's the mission?
Yes, we preserve the bayous and educate people about the bayous, and there are 22 watersheds in our whole Harris County region, and they're all right here on this map. And we try to have watershed representatives from all these bayous, or watersheds, as we like to refer to them.
That's right.
And we like to educate the public and do cleanups and remove invasive species because they hurt the bayous' water quality. And
well, in the bayou, Buffalo Bayou behind you right now, the rapids are certainly flowing. And if you like to help, if you're a volunteer, I'm talking to you, canoers and kayakers. On Saturday, you're actually having an on-the-water cleanup. Can you tell us about that?
Yes, we're having an on-the-water cleanup with a grant from REI, and volunteers are welcome to come help remove invasive species, canoe, and we'll provide lunch. And it's a wonderful time to be at Terry Hershey Park on January 8th, and a good time to meet other canoers or paddlers or anyone interested in the environment.
And it's so good to see people out doing good in our nature and our bayous. They're such a huge part of Houston. Deborah, I think that I might get my hands a little dirty. You know, I'm a little bit of a girly girl, but I planted some stuff.
All right. Thank you very much, Courtney. Okay, we were discussing in the audience, is it bayou or bayou? Well, it's kind of like that thing. You say tomato, I say tomato. Webster says it's bayou or bayou. So there you go. If you'd like to volunteer for the on-the-water cleanup on Saturday, we'll put a link to the Bayou Preservation Association on our website, greatdayhouston.com. That's also where you can check out the new planting guide. In Houston, how does your garden grow? Well, chances are not very well in the summer.